season. And you don't have to do exactly the sequence as I'm gonna teach it today, but you are gonna have those poses and the breathing exercises so that you can use them anytime you need them. I structure them in a specific way, but I also share some resources and I send this information to Deb and she can share with you the structure of our workshop today and a few links that if you want to learn more about what we are going to do today, you can go later and do that as well. Okay. So we are going to start with our pranayama practice. Pranayama and asana go linked together all the time in our yoga practice because there is really not yoga without breathing, right? And sometimes it's just good. Sometimes we just need to separate them, like we do it in all the yoga limbs, just because you want to pay specific attention to different things of the breathing and then different things of the asana practice, the poses. But today we'll do a little bit of both, connecting them so that my hope is that you get to find a way to create your own sequence that you can do at home anytime you feel unsettled or a little bit overwhelmed or with some anxiety or like your body is just sore. And those things tend to happen towards the end of the summer because, in the summer, everything is warm and alive. And then as it gets cooler, things start to transition into uh, colder weather, cooler, more air in the environment. Our bodies also feel the shift. It's just part of the adaptation that our bodies go through. And this yoga practice that we are doing today will help you to feel calm if you are feeling anxious, to feel grounded if you are feeling a little bit like uh, unsettled. Yeah. And hopefully you can find it also to feel stronger and at peace. So we're going to start with in a seated pose for a pranayama practices. And you are welcome to use a block. So you can do a simple cross-legged position. If a cross-legged position is too much for you, you can always just keep your legs straight. If bending the knees is too much for you, you can always keep them straight. And you can always place, and I'm going to do it kind of in a profile. If you have your block, it might help you to stay straight, more straight, right? But it's optional to you if you want to try the block, or if you don't have a block, you can just fold the blanket and do it on your blanket. You want the part of the sit bones to be a little bit taller than the legs, and that's what makes it a little bit more accessible. Okay. But we're going to start with alternative breathing through our nostrils, which help us to balance our energy, right? And we are going to use our right hand, right? And you can do this with both hands. So just, whenever you are at home and you have time to do it with both hands, you can do that. But we are going to use the thumb and the pinky finger, right? You are going to cover your right nostril. And I'm going to demo it first, and then we'll try it together. And you are going to inhale through the left nostril for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going to cover the left nostril with the pinky. Open the right nostril and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And start again here on your right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll cover, open, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And start with the left. Yeah, so I'll guide you through that sequence a few times. Alternative breathing for balancing our energy. Okay, so let's start covering our right nostril. And you can keep a soft gaze. You can close your eyes if you prefer. It's optional to you, okay? So make sure that you have a tall spine. Your shoulders are relaxed. Let your left hand rest on your legs. And when you are ready, empty your lungs. Take a deep exhale. And we'll start. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover the left nostril, open the right. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the right nostril, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover the right, open the left. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover the left, open the right. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover and open the left. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Cover and open. 2, 3, 4. Release your hand. Come back to your normal breath. Just breathe in and out smoothly. Feel that tall spine. How are we doing? Feel good? Yes? Let's try the left hand just a couple times. Yeah, so we can use both hands. So cover your left nostril and keep the right open. And inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover the right, open the left. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover and open the left, the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through your right. 2, 3, 4. Cover and open the left. 2, 3, 4. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover and open the right. 2, 3, 4. Release. Very good. You have it there. Alternate breathing when you are feeling unbalanced. We are gonna, our next pranayama practice is spinal breathing, which it basically means we are connecting and we are visualizing our spine from your tailbone that connects you to the ground, to the crown of the head that connects you to the universe, right? This is like our highest chakra, Sahara chakra, that connects you to the entire universe. So when we are hunched like this, we cannot get disconnected and tighten. But like if we keep this extension, so as we breathe, we are gonna find that cycle. We are gonna visualize how the breath comes in and out into a cycle that connects the tailbone to the crown of the head. Okay. So for this one, rest your hands on your knees, and if you have crossing the legs in one place, maybe cross them the other way. That way you can change it a little for the legs. If your legs are straight, keep them straight. You can also do, for those that have sensitive knees, you can do a slight bend like this and just keep your spine tall. It's perfectly fine as well too if you are too tired to keep the legs too far out. Okay, so another option there for you. For this, let's close our eyes. Close your eyes. Focus in the inner body. Take a moment to visualize the spine. Feel your tailbone connecting to the ground, and feel the crown of the head lifting up to the ceiling, and find that connection from the tail to the head. And we are gonna inhale in 5 counts and exhale in 5 counts. And as you inhale, you are gonna connect the tail to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, you are gonna visualize sending the breath all the way to your tailbone. Okay? So go ahead and empty your lungs fully. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the crown of the head. Exhale. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Softly open your eyes. How did that feel? Feel good? And I just wanted to remind you that in yoga we always inhale through the nose and mostly exhale through the nose. In a few times, occasionally we exhale through the mouth if we are overheated or we want to really release, but we usually keep the lips gently sealed. Some yogis will say keep a gentle smile, right? And then all the work goes through the nostrils. Our nostrils are the ones that are bringing the air in, cleansing it before it gets into our lungs. And then as we exhale, it happens through the nose as well. Yeah. So that was the spinal breathing. And the most important part of the spinal breathing is to find that visualization of head to tail. That way it works in the way it needs to work. Okay. Now we are gonna go into our final pranayama exercise, and there is so many, but you can only put so much in an hour, right? So breath control, 3-part breath control breathing. Um, it helps you to strengthen your respiratory system, especially these days with COVID and all these different things. If we have a strong respiratory system, we are more likely to stay healthy. Super important, super important. And I wish, and I'm going out of topic a little bit, but I wish that our in our media they will like say, hey, you should practice some breathing exercises, some pranayama, because it's gonna help you. You know, they just scare us all the time, and then that creates a lot of anxiety in most of the society. But that's not what we want here, right? So allowing to strengthen the respiratory system. So I'm gonna demo to you how we do the 3-part breathing exercise, pranayama. So you inhale, exhale. So you inhale in 3 parts. Inhale, inhale more, inhale more, exhale. Yeah, so you had to sustain the breath and bring a little bit more breath, and then a little bit more breath, and then you exhale and release, right? That's how we start to strengthen our lungs. So that's what we want to do. Yeah, so we want to give it a try unless there is any questions. Are we good? Thumbs up if you are good. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna guide you here. So if you want to shift your position, you are welcome to. If you feel like you're in the right spot, go stay into your right spot. I'm gonna switch my position here. So rest your hands on your legs and let's put the palms facing up. So the meaning of putting your palms facing up is that you are connecting to the sunlight and the energy, so you feel more energized. At night, if you are doing these practices at night, you want to keep your palms facing down so that you settle and quiet, and it allows you to sleep better, right? So it depends on when you are doing these pranayama practices that you either put your hands up or down. And these are just little details that make a difference as you are doing your pranayama exercises. Okay, so palms up, rest your hands on your knees, find a taller spine again. And we're gonna inhale in one, inhale again, inhale again, exhale, and again, inhale, a little more, a little more, exhale, inhale, and more, and more, exhale, last one, inhale, and more, and more, exhale. Very good. So that practice, this last pranayama practice, the 3-part breathing exercise, it's very energizing. So if you are feeling like exhausted and just like practice this pranayama, it's gonna help you to boost your whole body and bring fresh energy because we are activating the breath and we are exercising the lungs. The more oxygen we get into our bodies, the more energized we feel. That's why we do all those stretches in the yoga practice, in the whole scheme of things, because we want to keep the body open so that it feels more energized versus sluggish. So, yes. So that was our pranayama practices for today. Now we are going to move into our asana practice. Yes. So please come. We are going to start with a simple forward folding pose, child's pose, Balasana. So you are going to take your hips to your heels and let your body relax and soften. And you can watch first because I can show you different variations of the Balasana pose. If you feel very steady and you feel like you want to relax more, you can bring your arms around your legs and just let the body soften completely. If you are feeling that if you prefer to place your palms here but keep them soft, you can do that too, and just to help you support your front body. But if you are feeling really energized, then you extend the arms as much as you can and you press through your palms to extend, and then release your head and neck, and you can press in from the palms, and it will stretch your chest gently and it will extend your spine a little bit more. Okay, so let's practice Balasana, child's pose. So when you are ready, from your table pose position, right? Travel back. And you might not be able to go too far back. And if that's the case, don't worry about it. Travel back, see how it feels. You might have to stay a little higher. That's okay. We are just starting this practice. Take 3 to 5 breaths of those breaths that we did before. Yes, 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 yes. So once you find the right spot for you, you can decide what you want to do with your arms. Stay into the child's pose. Yeah, stay back. Keep your hips back to your heels. I just need to watch you here, but stay into the child's pose. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. And based on this, if you want to bring your arms around your legs, you can. If you want to keep your arms in front of you, of course, do that or press your palms. We'll take 5 deep breaths here. Yeah. I encourage you to use your breath, just inhaling evenly and exhaling. We want to do this at least 3 breaths, but if we can, we'll take 5 breaths, right? Depending on how the body feels, so that your body gets the right time to soften and release It might be your knee joints or the hips, whatever is happening there. Excellent. And when you are ready, slowly come back into your tabletop. So hands stay aligned to your shoulders. Your spine stays nice and long. And we're going to practice downward facing dog. So if you want to take a look first here, and then we'll do it together. You're going to inhale, flex your toes. Exhale, lift up your hips. Widen your shoulder blades. First down dog. So you are welcome to shift weight from one leg to the other, right? And what I want to say about this pose, and you can take a seat for a moment, before you do it, and then we'll go back to it. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, is a basic pose, but it's also an advanced pose at the same time, meaning that the moment you perfect down dog, it means that you are able to do a lot of other different poses. That's why it's so important. It's a basic, it's a pose that we want to like encourage to practice in our yoga practice, unless there is some other issues, of course. But that's why I'm going to show you modifications. And after I show you the modifications, you have an opportunity to stay there for 5 breaths. Okay, so if your hamstrings or lower back are tight, as you flex your toes and you lift up your hips, keep your knees bent. So your knees stay bent a lot, so your chest gets closer to your knees. And it's easier also on the upper body, but it also helps you to stretch your shoulders. If you feel perfectly fine, may extend the legs and your heels might not touch the ground. That's okay, as long as you are feeling that you are getting the pose and you're feeling the stretch. And eventually your heels will come into the ground and you are trying to bring your chest towards your knees. Okay, so give it a try. Downward facing dog, take a few breaths. If you need to shift weight from one leg to the other, make sure your fingers stay wide open and you press to your fingertips as you lift up so that you support your rest. I like what I see. Good. Release your head and neck. You are gazing in between your legs. You are moving your chest softly towards your knees. And remember that you can bend those knees any amount if you need to. Of course, if you don't need to, no need. But that's another option here. They are looking really good. Listen to your breath. What's the breath telling you? Observing all the body sensations and all the extension you are feeling here. We'll take one last breath. And from this downward facing dog, start to walk your hands to your feet. So walk your hands to your feet, right? Until you are in a forward fold position, ragdoll. So for this ragdoll, once again, your knees can be gently bent or deep or more bent. Your head is reaching towards the ground. Your torso is completely relaxed. You can sway your head back and forth like if you were saying yes, and then side to side, no, just to make sure that there is no tension in the neck and shoulders. Good. And again, come back to the breath. Breathe in and out smoothly. We'll take one more breath. And then listen, we are going to roll up one vertebra at a time until we come into a standing pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. Right. Take your time. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Nice, Shara. Nice work. Awesome. Excellent work. So just to clarify, down dog is a great pose to practice in so many ways, but also in our full practice, right? Because it gives us Strength is a forward fold position. We are forward folding, but we are also extending. So taking a few breaths there, it's so good. Now, Ragdoll, forward folding, so good for stabilizing, quieting, softening. So we are gonna do a short sequence here, and I'll show it to you first, and then you'll practice it, and then see how it feels in your body. So from your Ragdoll, your starting pose is gonna be the Ragdoll. Just watch it, don't do it. I'll let you do it in a few moments. Again, if your knees need to be bent, please do so. You are gonna swing your head 1, 2, then move head side to side, 1, 2, then swing your head side to side, 1, 2, and then release, 1, 2, and then roll up one vertebra at a time. You go one vertebra at a time, starting your lower back, then unfold the middle back, and at the very, very end, the head comes up, right? And that's the exercise. And then we'll repeat and lower down again. And we'll do the same, swing the head back and forth, side to side, swing the hips, and then roll up. Extend. Now, if it's a little difficult to forward fold, you can use your hands, right? So you can use your hands as you are forward folding and as you are unfolding, right? Your hands are there for you if you need that. Ready? Keep your feet hip width apart. Your feet stay hip width apart. So align to your hip bones. They should be aligned to the hip bones. Our feet are our roots to the earth, to the ground, right? So we don't want to like just have them randomly placed. Since it's like our base, we want to make sure they are aligned. And we want them aligned to the hips so that it's a little bit more stable. We want stability, right? So great. Once you find your Tadasana pose, lift through your core, extend your arms, and think about crown of the head nice and tall. Good. Just take a few minutes, a few moments, a few breaths. Not minutes, just breaths. Think about breath. In this standing position, you feel the crown of the head reaching high. You feel your heels rooting to the ground. Your toes are spread on the floor. The navel is gently lifting in and back towards the spine, and the arms stay soft. So when you come back to this standing position, Tadasana, next time, think about those things. Nice and low. Very good. When you are ready, exhale, tuck your chin, softly bend the knees, and start to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let the head guide you. The head goes first. Drop the head. Yes, 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 yes. Bend the knees as you need to. Find the deepest point here. Good. Swing head, like if you were saying yes. Side to side, no. Soft neck. And then sway your hips softly side to side. Good. Yes, 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 yes. Let go of that and start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Starting the lower back. Beautiful. Take your time. Listen to your breath. Find the soft. And once you are all the way up into your Tadasana mountain pose, you feel the crown of the head extending up to the ceiling. Very nice. We'll do one more. One more, just like that. You did really good. Whenever you are ready, tuck your chin and let your head and arms soften down towards the floor as you use your exhale. Yes, 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 yes. Once you are all the way down, swing the head back and forth, side to side, and then sway your hips side to side. Beautiful. When you are ready, come back up, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful work, ladies. Beautiful work. Very nice. So that's a great short sequence, a little bit of child's pose, a downward facing dog, and then this ragdoll up and down, ragdoll front to mountain. Such a great practice to do in the morning or in the evening or anytime you feel a little bit like unsettled. Practice that. Okay. Now we're gonna do some warriors. Warriors are very energizing. So one of the tendencies as we go into colder climate, colder weather, is to feel a little bit like sore. And that happens to me. Like I don't like weather, cold weather at all. So I start to feel a little bit more sore or and then tired because of that or sluggish. So warriors are a great practice to do uh, when we feel that way. So take a look here. We are going to start with a sequence of warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. So your feet are about 4 feet apart. Yeah. And start with your feet parallel, and then you are going to open the right foot. Yes, yes, yes. And then bend the right knee. The knee stays aligned to the heel. The arms extend out and align to the shoulders. And very important, your knee stays aligned to the middle toe. So you are using your abductors in the inner thigh and your quads to hold the legs there. Extend your arms and you are going to gaze to your right fingertips. That's your focal point, your drishti. Virabhadrasana B. Good. And you will start to feel the warmth into the leg. Keep thinking about the extension into your spine, right? And left from the center of your body. Good, 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 good. And just showing in a different profile here, just in case you want to see the knee, always stays aligned to the middle toe. Not here, not super rotated, but just aligned, right? Aligned to the center, your shoulders aligned to the hips, and it's a straight line. Good. We'll take one more breath here. And then we'll do side extended angle, Utthita Parshvakonasana. Bring your right forearm on the right thigh, right forearm on the right thigh. Good. And then bring your left arm over the head. Rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Lift up from the center of your body and keep the knee into a 90-degree angle. Knee to heel. Yes. Keep rotating the chest up towards the ceiling. Feel the breath flowing. You are always welcome to reach your right hand farther down if you want to, but you don't have to. It's optional to you. One more breath. And inhale, returning to warrior two. Straighten your right leg and find your feet parallel. How are we doing? Good? Yes, okay, excellent. Second side. So let's do our left side. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. So we open the left side, we bend the left knee, align the left knee to your heel and the left knee to your middle toe, and then extend your arms nice and wide, both arms staying aligned at the same level. And keep using your abductors and your quads and keep lifting from the center of your body. Gaze to your left fingertips and use your breath. Feel the breath flowing in and out smoothly. That's it. Very nice. We'll take one more breath. Exhale, bring the left elbow to your thigh. for side extended angle, Utthita Parshvottanasana, and bring your right arm over the head and rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep extending through the center of your body. Utthita Parshvottanasana, side extended angle. They give us stability and strength. And again, you are always welcome to go deeper, optional. Inhale, come back. Warrior 2. Straighten the knee. Exhale, feet parallel. Take a nice deep exhale. Nicely done, ladies. We'll do a Prasarita Badokanasana, wide legged forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips and shift your hips forward. And you are gonna let your torso down and then release your hands to the floor. Okay, that's wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Badokanasana. I like to think about aligning my hands to my feet line, and it doesn't matter if my head doesn't touch the ground. It's more about just releasing the torso. If the hamstrings or lower back are tight, please bend the knees any amount. But you wanna just let the torso release and soften there. And if you wanna root your hands on the floor, so release your torso, Sharon. That's it. You are connecting your hands to the ground. Gently shift your weight towards the front of your feet. And as you do that gentle transfer, your tailbone is going to go higher up towards the ceiling. So you are finding a deeper forward fold just by shifting the weight in your body. Check that there is no tension in the neck and shoulders, so your neck is soft. Very nice. We'll take one more breath here. Prasarita Padottanasana. And then bring your hands back to your hips and raise up with a tall spine using your leg strength. Yes, 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 yes. Shake it out. Shake out your legs for a moment. Nicely done. Awesome work. So, oh, we are running out of time. So I want to show you warrior 1. So we did warrior 2 and side extended angle, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to do warrior 1s, and then we'll do a few balancing poses before going into our seated closing practices. Yeah. So for warrior 1, you can come at the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart, and you can watch first if you need to, and then you are going to step the left foot back, bend the right knee. Just like in warrior 2, your knee stays aligned to the heel, but in this occasion, both hips stay facing forward, and you can even grab your hips just to make sure they are both aligned to the front. The back foot is slightly rotated, not too much, and the heel is on the ground. So for some of you, you have to shorten the stance more to be able to do that, right? And then you are gonna raise your arms up towards the ceiling. Your arms raise up, your shoulders soften, feel like your fingertips are reaching up to the ceiling, and left from your core, and keep your ribs in, and keep the chest soft. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A. Yes, yes, yes. Stay there. Bend your front knee. Square the hips. Find your center. Nice. Looking good. Breathe smoothly. Feel the power into your legs, into your lower body. Feel the openness into your front body. We'll take one more. Now listen, bring your hands into prayer. Palms stay in prayer. And twist softly to your right. Gaze to your right shoulder. And twist from the navel up. Yes, 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 yes. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale again, twist towards your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. And listen, as you twist this time, you can stay there and hold it, or you can bring the arm into the thigh and then press palm to palm and twist and take a few breaths. If you are not able to bring the arm to the leg, don't worry about it. Keep twisting from the center of your body. That's the most important. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. Twist a little bit more to your right, Sharon. Yeah, yes, you got it. That's it. Last breath, ladies. You are looking good. And inhale, come back into the warrior one position. So unfold the spine, extend the arms, and step to the front into Tadasana, standing pose. And then you can shake your legs if you want to. Optional there for you. Let's do the second side. Any questions? Good? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so from your Tadasana pose, step your right foot back, bend the left knee. And remember, the distance between your front foot and the back foot, it depends on your stability. So just make sure the back heel stays on the ground. Your hips stay nice and square. Use your hands if you feel like you need to, right? And then inhale, raise your arms up. Keep your shoulders soft. Lift up your sternum. Keep the ribs in and back. Feel the breath flowing. Yes. Extend the back leg. Lift up the kneecap. Activate your right quadricep. Very nice. Breathe in and out smoothly. And slowly bring your hands into prayer. Left from the chest. And twist, exhale towards your right. Gaze to your left shoulder and twist back. To the left, sorry. I meant to say to the left, Sharon. The other way. Yeah, good. And inhale, come back up to center into prayer. And exhale, twist again to the left. Excellent. Inhale back to center. And last time, exhale to the left. And you can stay there, or you can bring the right arm and hook it into the left thigh and press palm to palm for revolved extended angle Parudasana Vadokanasana. Yes, 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 looking good. Keep breathing in that spiral. Breathe in and out smoothly. And slowly return into your warrior one. So unfold the torso, extend the arms, and step forward. Release the arms. Shake it out. Excellent work. So we'll do our tree pose, Vrichasana. Excellent for fall weather. Also, it connects to the trees, right? The trees shift into these amazing, beautiful colors. And so we honor the trees, which are part of our nature. And we honor staying balanced when we feel off, right? So for tree pose, there is a few versions, and you can take a look here first before we move into the pose. Root your left foot, and your right foot can be into the shin bone, but make sure your right leg rotates out. So there is a little bit of external rotation, your knees pointing out, and your foot is pressing in. Your hands can be into prayer, right? The other version, like if you can go a little bit deeper, maybe go a little bit deeper, maybe go all the way into the inner thigh. It doesn't matter. You can go below the knee or above the knee. You can keep your hands into prayer. Some people like to do mudra, hand mudra, thumb and index together, the rest of the fingers out. And some people like extending the arms. So see what feels good in your body. And just to show you on profile, this is the way it looks on profile. Don't do this. You are rotating the hip, right? And lifting from your center to stay into the pose. And then you can, once you find that, you can modify it to higher in the foot, but it's optional. Ready? Give it a try. Tree pose, Virchasana pose, connecting with our balance. Yeah. And just, like the hand mudra, if you connect the index finger and the thumb, is connecting the self with the higher power, the universe. You are connecting to the universe. Keep lifting from the center, lift from the core. Any variation you are looking good. Notice your breath. Feel the crown of the head tall. Feel your heel and toes. When you are ready, come back down. Nicely done. So we'll do the left side this time, okay? Same idea. Whatever version you did in your right side, repeat it here. And remember that you can keep the leg, the foot lower than the hip or above the hip. Try to not press so much on the knee. Lift your core, rotate the inner thigh, the knees pointing out. Hands into different versions of the pose to find that extension. Yeah. Feel the crown of the head. Feel the breath. Beautiful. And whenever you are ready, come back down. That was very nice, ladies. Virchasana tree pose, a great pose to keep in your practice, in your sequence there. We'll do eagle and then we go down, okay? So eagle pose is a little more complicated, not that complicated, but so I'm gonna show you. Your right arm goes on top, you cross the elbows, and eventually make a bind. Sometimes making this bind is really hard for people with high shoulders. So if you need to place your shoulders on top of if you need to place your palms on top of the shoulders, just bring the elbows up and it will stretch your back, which is the main purpose of this arm practice. Then you are going to slowly bend the knees and bring the right leg on top of the left, and you can just stay there, or you can hook the foot behind you and then square hips and shoulders, and you are gazing ahead of you into a specific spot. Doesn't matter what you are looking at, as long as it's steady, then you are in the pose. Yeah, let's give it a try if you haven't tried it yet. So I'll guide you through. Extend your arms out to your sides. Bring your right arm on top of the left. Bend the elbows. And find your variation. Either you want to put your palms on your shoulders or find the full bind. Exhale, little bend in your knees. Bring your right leg on top and stay there. You can use the tip of the toe to help you with balance if needed, or you can hook the foot behind your shin bone for the full version. Yes, yes, yes. Steady gaze. Steady breath. When you are ready, come back out of the pose. Release it. Good. Second side, balancing pose, Parudasana, eagle pose. Inhale, extend your arms out to your side. Exhale, bring the left arm on top of the right. Cross the elbows and find your variation, either shoulders or meet the palms. And then exhale, little bend on the knees. Left leg on top. Stay there. Use your tiptoes if you need to, or hook the foot behind you and square hips and shoulders. A steady gaze ahead of you and lower your sit bones down. When you are ready, slowly come out of it. Shake it out. Okay, we are going to start going down to close our workshop. It goes so fast. So keep your feet hip width apart. Remember Ragdoll. Let's do one Ragdoll. Tuck your chin. Let the torso lower take you all the way down. And then slowly bend your knees and come into seated. So find a tiny little ball. And sometimes I like to stay in this little ball, making yourself really small and round to open the back. But when you are ready, take a seat. So we are gonna extend the legs forward. Take your time if you like that rounded position. It's a great thing to add in between staying up and then going down. Yes, yes, yes. And here, your legs extend out. Flex your feet, spread your toes. We're gonna do Hashimotonasana. Pashi is a forward fold position. Excellent for fold. Excellent to close up practice and to find a little bit more peacefulness. Okay, so in this position, and let me demo first because you can do it in different versions. If your hamstrings are tight, I will encourage you to bend the knees like this, right? So your knees are bent, and then you are gonna reach to your big toes maybe, and then release your head, and it will look like that. And the main purpose of Pashi is to straighten your lower back. If it feels okay, then you can start straightening the knees and then go a little bit deeper in your forward fold. But see how it feels. Yes, I like it. Stay there. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. Hashimotonasana, seated forward fold. And if you want to grab other part of the feet, you can grab the sides of the feet. You can grab the top of the feet. I even invite you to place your palms on the ground if you want to. So it depends, but just make sure you are stretching mostly your back. It's looking good. We'll take 2 more breaths just like this. Hashimotonasana. And slowly return, come back up. Bend your knees. Badokanasana. So the feet together, knees apart, right? You can feel the left into the spine. For Badokanasana, you feel a nice tall spine. Come back to that seated practice of Pranayama, where you want to feel your tailbone, just like in the spinal breath. Tailbone and sit bones connect to the floor. The crown of the head raises high. You can grab gently your toes. Some people, Anna Forrest practice, she let you extend the arms, which really works your core a lot more and allows your hips to open more. Yes, 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 yes. And again, for this, there is variations. You can keep the feet slightly farther forward right? So you can check how it feels for you, forward or closer. You decide what feels good in your legs, in your knees, right? We'll take one more breath here, find a little bit more space, and then forward fold. So now you can walk your hands forward and let the head soften. And this is when like if you have blocks, you can let your forehead rest on the block, and you can use any height of the block that feels good to you. But again, if you don't have blocks, it's not a big deal. You're still getting the benefit of the practice. The practice itself is the gold. And maybe sometimes here you can practice that spinal breath, or just like even breaths, inhaling in 4 counts, exhaling in 4 counts. You can count it in your head, especially if you feel like your mind is wandering around, then you can center your mind by using even breaths. Inhaling in 4 counts, exhaling in 4 counts, and you are counting within. And slowly come back up, roll up. And when you are doing your own practice in your own time, you can always stay longer in a pose. It feels good to you, right? But we had to move forward in this case. So we are going to do our final twist, our Dhammacindrasana, before closing our workshop today. So bend your right knee. And align it to your sit bone, right? So there is a tendency to bring the foot too close to the inner thigh. Don't do that. There is a hand in between your foot and your inner thigh, and that allows the leg to stay straight up, right? And there is a few versions of this pose. You can just hug the right leg in with your left arm. Inhale, lengthen, bring the right hand behind, and you twist and gaze to your right shoulder. The left foot keeps flexed and strong, and you are twisting. If this feels pretty good to you, maybe you can hook the elbow into the outside of the twist to the other side, Sharon. It's your right leg, and you twist to your right. Yeah, you got it. So you can start with that, yeah, and then you can hook that elbow and twist back. Yes, yes, yes. And make sure your knee stays aligned, because there is a tendency for the knee to roll in. You don't want the knee to roll in. You want to keep it aligned, and you want to keep the spine open. Some people like to do a bind here, completely unrequired if that doesn't work for you, but just kind of showing you where the pose can go at some point. But you are focusing on what your body needs. Nicely done. We'll take last breath here. And slowly come back. Release. Release the leg out. Left leg. Left knee in. And then again, start hugging the left leg with the right arm and lengthen and twist. And this is the first step into the twist, Ardha Chandrasana. Or you can hook the elbow and keep twisting, right? Or you can do the bind. So it's optional, all to you. Good. Keep flowing through your breath. Flowing through the breath. Keep. So Sharon, place your back arm on the floor. Yeah, because as you connect the arm, it will hold you. And then if you are hugging your leg, hold it in towards you, and then you twist more. Yes, yes, yes. And look back to your left shoulder. You got it. Looking good. Last breath. Come back to center and release. Extend the leg out. And then we are going to lower one vertebrae at a time. You can use your hands if you need to. You can use your core. It depends what feels right in your body at this moment. But we want to come all the way down into your mat to close our practice. Bring your knees to your chest, hug the legs in, and rock your back softly side to side. You just want to create a gentle massage in your lower back. And then take one more breath here. If you want to, happy baby, there is two variations. You can just grab the knees with each hand and move the knees out to your armpits. You will feel the gentle stretching to your inner hip and lower back. Some of you are able to grab the feet, send the knees down and the heels up. This is a closing practice, a closing pose, just to let the lower back settle down fully. Nice. And when you are ready, bring your knees together. Bring your forehead to your knees. Find a tiny little bowl. And exhale into final pose Shavasana. We'll take a few moments in Shavasana after all the practices, the poses we did. You want to allow the body to restore. So release your arms, release your legs, your torso, your face, neck, jaw and shoulders. Find the flow of your breath. Let go of active breath. Now the breath becomes surrendering. So the breath flows in its own time. You are not manipulating the breath anymore. You are allowing the body to quiet for a few. And very slowly start to reawaken. Find little movement in your fingertips and toes. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. When you are ready, stretch your body out. Arms over the head, legs away from the navel, just like when you wake up in the morning, and then roll to one side or the other for fetal pose. Take a fetal pose on your side, support your head with the underneath arm. Right? So whenever you come into a fetal, you want to keep the head on the arm to support it and to come out into a comfortable seated pose. Come gently, use your hands as you need to, and then find a comfortable seated pose. We're going to chant the sounds of Om one time, just connecting each other. Okay, so close your eyes for a moment. Exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Om. Bring your hands into prayer and into your forehead. Say, I am at peace. I am grounded. I am at peace. I am grounded. And gently open your eyes. Nice work. So that's the workshop. That's the whole sequence. So those are some of the poses that you can use to find balance, to feel a little bit more energized, to release some of the stress or the sluggishness or soreness that happens as we move into colder, more windy weather. There are any questions, feedback, anything that you want to share before we close? Now you can put your microphones on.
Thank you very much.
Of
Namaste.
course.
And
Yeah,
yes, and I am at peace and I am grounded.
very good. I'm very happy to hear that.
Ah.